So today I want to talk about minimalism. So minimalism is about possessing less and less stuff so that you can be more flexible, mobile. I've been traveling a lot and also I moved around in different apartments, but looking back in my life, how many countries have I lived and how many cities and how many apartments I have lived, it's more than that I can count with my fingers. I moved from Japan, Canada, Europe, Prague, Czech Republic, and also within countries. I moved around in the city center, downtown, like when I was, broke college student, then I was living more closer to university. But recently, I moved to new apartment, Munich. So this is my new pod, if you call it. Amazing. It is actually my first time living by myself without roommate. And so from old apartment to new apartment, I moved back and forth to carry my stuff, my belongings for total 6 times. But out of 3 times were about furniture, like beds, IKEA beds. So if I'm excluding those 3 times, then I had 3 back and forth round trips to move everything that I had, everything, literally everything, because I moved everything from Canada to Europe when I moved. I did a transatlantic movement, Atlantic. But so 3 times, and for me it was still a lot. So from this recent move to a new apartment, I realized I needed to get rid of more stuff because, if I wanted to move to different countries, or not necessarily permanent move, but it makes my life easier to own less, because people say the stuff you own is going to eventually own you, meaning that the stuff you own and you possess is going to define how you live your lifestyle. Because if you own more stuff, you have a lot of clothes, you have a lot of shoes, a lot of electronics, TV, beds, furniture, then it makes you less mobile to, it makes you want to move less, because it takes so much effort to get that truck to carry everything and move to a new apartment. It takes a lot of effort. A lot of overhead, right, to set up the basic apartment living condition. Whereas if you have less, if you can move around with just 2 or 3 suitcases, then it takes just maybe 1 hour or 2 hours to pack up everything and go, just fly and go. And that's kind of what I want to do, especially me going to vacation every 3 months or 4 months. With this kind of lifestyle, it is a lot easier it's gonna be a lot easier basically to own less. And it also applies to having less is better in this capitalistic, materialistic world, because many people feel, or we are pressured to feel and think oh, we need to buy this, we need to own this and that, Nike, Adidas, and this car and this watch and these shoes. Everybody is trying to get your attention and get your money, because their advertisement and marketing campaigns basically telling you that you're not good enough until you own this, which is completely fabricated, manufactured demand. It's actually not real, but advertisement make us feel like we are lacking something. We have a hole to fill in by buying stuff. And minimalism is actually pretty good counter approach to feeling like we are never enough without owning and buying and getting this and that. And there's another quote that I like: less is more, and simplicity is the best. Simple is the best. So less you own, or less words you need to use to explain something, then that's best. Because more words you use to explain something, there must be some convoluted ideas or complicated thing. So simple life is the best. And so to do that, I try to get rid of a lot of stuff. In terms of electronics, I try not to own big stuff. So I moved to let's say smartphone with a better phone camera so that I don't need to have a big ass DSLR camera to produce high quality video. In terms of drone, I actually have Mavic Pro. This is DJI Mavic. But in the future, I think I like to definitely buy a smaller drone so that it's less heavy, lighter, taking up less space. It's perfect for me. And switching on to another topic, because I want to have a minimalistic lifestyle, I don't actually have a lot of furniture or like dishes, like cooking appliances. My idea to live minimalistic lifestyle is to have everything in 2 or maximum 3 suitcases. And if I need to make a little more semi-permanent move from one city to another city, I can do it with 3 suitcases and a backpack. So that's what I'm trying to achieve. And to do that, I need to get rid of a lot of stuff, because what we own is going to define how flexible and mobile our life are going to be. So that's a kind of lesson that I learned from January 2019, the beginning of this year, because I just moved here beginning of this month. And another thing, I have a lot of like a protein powder, supplements, and that takes a lot of space from a suitcase. So whenever I move stuff, that's kind of like a lesson I'm trying to kind of figure out this situation where, because I use protein powder or like supplements, which are usually heavy and takes a lot of space, I'm trying to figure out like how to minimalize space and weight. I haven't come up with a good solution yet, but aside from those, I'm trying to sell a lot of stuff like electronics, stuff that I don't need, stuff that I don't wear, like a clothes. So that's that minimalistic lifestyle. In terms of clothes and suitcase, it's pretty good. I've been practicing for the past 2 years and 3 years, moving, traveling, and realize owning stuff is not really cool because it's harder to move around. I don't have a car, and I don't plan to have a car anytime soon. So to have a flight from like Europe to Asia and have everything in compact suitcase, it's amazing. And if you have like a smartphone and some little small mirrorless camera and have a small drone, then that's kind of pretty much all I need to film everything with a 4K quality. That's about that for minimalistic life. Also, I started meditating. It's kind of a little bit off topic, but it's also kind of quite related, because in terms of meditation, it's about emptying mind, having kind of balance in mind and the logic and the body. We are so getting caught up with a lot of thoughts, like distracting thoughts from yesterday, day before, about stuff that happened, event, some negative, some positive, a lot of emotions going through, right, back in our head. The meditation helps us to kind of taking a step back, have a distance from those events, and notice about events, have emotional awareness about how we feel, how our body feel, and take a moment to kind of look back, observe. The idea is to not to suppress those thinking or ideas or feeling. It is about just taking a step back and then notice. And then have a calm and a more quiet mental place, mental space, so that we don't get caught up. Our mind doesn't get so busy trying to suppress or trying to resist. And I've been doing meditation for past almost 2 months now, every single day in the morning. Feels amazing. Especially I spend time like 5-10 minutes in the morning when it's everything quiet, to set aside and then reflect back on what I'm appreciating about, what I'm grateful about yesterday, today, and starting the day off with from the highest note, so that I can focus with my full intention to achieve something, get go from the morning. So that meditation thing, kind of Zen, kind of Eastern Confucius philosophy, having balance between mind and body, having balance between material and internal, like external happiness and internal happiness. It's kind of like more, it could be a really complicated idea, internal happiness and external happiness. External thing is dependent on external materialism or like materialistic thing or validation from people, recognition, attention, a lot of stuff. And the internal thing is based on like, gratefulness, feeling like we are growing, learning, feeling, appreciating about stuff, forgiving somebody, forgiving somebody who did wrong thing to you. So that is all kind of thing that comes into one place, and then that's the reason why I'm trying to follow this minimalistic lifestyle. 2019 January, this is like probably the best time in the year to get started on this one. So yeah, with that said, I think this is a good time actually to finish off this video about minimalistic lifestyle. And then this kind of relates to digital nomad or nomad vagabond lifestyle, where you don't need to be limited to one country, one city to live. You can actually have multiple cities to live around throughout the year, depending on the optimal weather to live in a city. A lot of people, not a lot, but like certain pretty successful people are doing that kind of idea. But 3 countries they live across the seasons. Why not, right? Because we have more, there are more to offer on this earth than just one city, stuck in one city, tied down by job or whatever. So really thinking about that kind of global, location independent, freedom and abundant lifestyle, this minimalism is really the important first step to achieve that. So hopefully you got some ideas, inspiration about why I do minimalistic lifestyle, because in the end, starting with the minimalism, it's kind of counter approach to materialistic, capitalistic world, and it's about less is more. And on top of that, in different time frame, if you're adding the time perspective in the future, if you want to do kind of like a location independent traveling and being nomad and then traveling Asia, Europe, South America, Japan, or wherever you want to go, minimalistic lifestyle is going to suit you because it enables you to move around, become more mobile. And it's easy to just go buy a ticket, grab one suitcase, stuff some pack your stuff and go. And that's kind of an ideal lifestyle for me right now. And I'm going to finish this video here. So say hello, say what's up in the comment section if you kind of resonate with what I've said about minimalistic lifestyle. This year, I'm going to be focusing a lot about minimalistic lifestyle, the mindfulness, growth, meditation, gym, reading, traveling, drawing, food, a lot about life experience. So with that said, I will see you guys in next video. All right, bye bye.